Singapore companies have some way to go in embracing AI. A new survey by tech giant Cisco finds that only 13% of Singapore companies are fully prepared. The first AI Readiness Index surveyed more than 8,000 companies across 30 markets. And for a more in-depth look, we have with us Bee Kheng Tay, president of Cisco ASEAN. Well, thanks for joining us this evening, Ms. Tay. So Singapore has been, talking about AI and generative AI in particular for quite a while now, but this survey is finding only 13% are ready, which seems like quite a surprise because Singapore has, smart nation ambitions by 2030. So what's exactly holding back these companies from adopting a faster pace of going to AI?
So hi, Don. Thanks for having me. I think maybe let me just explain what do we investigate in this AI Readiness Index. We want to see how the companies are ready across 6 key pillars, which is strategy, infrastructure, data, governance, talent, and culture. And we found that, across in Asia Pacific and also in Singapore, we found that 95% of the organization in Singapore reported that there is an urgency to deploy AI-powered technology has increased over the last 6 months. But only 13% in Singapore are fully prepared to deploy and leverage AI-powered technology. So why is that so? The number one challenge that the company has is actually data. So data is actually supposed to be like the backbone of an AI operation, but has 22 of the organization classified as laggards because the data continue to exist in silo across the organization. The organization analytics tools are still not integrated with the data sources. The second is that in culture, where we found that only 28% of companies are still working to define and establish the change management plan. The third is actually governance readiness. And only 33% of the respondents are saying that they have a highly comprehensive AI policy and protocol in place. So these are the reasons why the company says that they are not ready to deploy AI in their organization.
Ms. Tay, you spoke about the preparedness of companies when it comes to AI. More than half of the companies surveyed are either unprepared or they have limited preparedness for artificial intelligence. What happens if these companies just drag their feet on this?
I think, Don, there is actually no lack of urgency for companies in Singapore to deploy an AI strategy. What they lack is actually a comprehensive way to do it. The company, about 59% of the company says that they are they have to deploy an AI strategy and they have at most 1 year to implement their AI strategy before they face significant negative impact in their business. So it is actually very crucial for business to take action and become ready to be fully leveraging on the AI technology because of the transformative potential of the technology and its ability to unlock a lot of business opportunity and business. So, for example, AI is transforming the security experience, simplifying the security operations. They are also addressing the massive shortage in cybersecurity talents. There are also quite a lot of use case for AI in terms of automation, in terms of promoting creativity, in terms of customer experience as well. And AI also unlock new use case that we most probably have not been thinking about. So if the company doesn't go towards deploying the AI technology, they might be losing out on a lot of business potential that they might have, and also maybe negatively impacting their business.
And well, Ms. Tay, it sounds like just trying to kickstart this AI journey. I mean, sounds, like it's a very complex task. And in your survey, did you find that it's the smaller firms who find it especially daunting? I mean, where do they even begin?
I guess, yeah, like you say, it's actually quite a daunting task. That's why we go across the 6 key pillars. I think one of the most effective things that we see in terms of an organization is actually a well-defined strategy. But the good news here is that the majority of the companies that we survey has a highly defined AI strategy in place, or is in the process of developing one. But of course, there are more to be done, right? One of the key criteria in terms of the strategy pillar is whether there's a willingness for the company to actually invest in AI. And we found that in Singapore, there's 1 in 3 companies that are saying that AI deployment has been given the highest priority for budget allocation. I think one thing that the company needs to start thinking about is this. Besides having a good strategy and a well-defined strategy, they need to build an infrastructure for the future, a structure that is highly scalable and flexible and able to handle the complex AI computation. The other one that I mentioned that the company has challenged is the data. And breaking down the data silo is very important. So finding out where are the data depository, understanding their structure and their interconnect. The other portion is, of course, people. People must be at the core. You need to educate people, making sure that you address their apprehension and also train them for the job. But training them is just half the story. You need to have a comprehensive change management. And also, of course, another important thing to consider is governance. Deploying a timely internal policy and protocol, making sure that you're aware of the regulatory environment and the AI maturity curve. One of the things that need to address is data privacy, security, and the ethical use of AI. So all these things are in consideration, and all these things must be put in place to have a good AI deployment in terms of technology.
There are lots of issues for these companies to navigate. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us about the AI landscape in Singapore. Bee Kheng Tay, the president of Cisco ASEAN.